The never miss twice rule. The rule is simple. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the beginning of a new habit. Habits don't collapse because of one day. They collapse because people turn one slip into a story about themselves. Most people react to a bad day with all or nothing thinking. I already messed up, so what's the point? That mindset turns a small deviation into a full relapse. The never miss twice rule stops that spiral before it starts. It doesn't demand perfection, it demands recovery. Bad days are inevitable. Life interferes, energy drops, emotions take over. None of that means the habit is broken, it just means you are human. The real skill is not consistency, it's resilience. How quickly you return matters more than how perfectly you perform. The rule works because it lowers the emotional weight of failure. You're not telling yourself, I must never miss. That's unrealistic and exhausting. You're telling yourself, I am allowed one day off, but I don't let it become a pattern. That feels doable. It feels fair. Your brain doesn't rebel against it. That's also a neurological reason this rule works. Habits strengthen through repetition, but they weaken through gaps. One gap barely registers. Two in a row start to rewire the loop. When you miss twice, your brain begins to reassociate the habit as optional. When you return immediately after a miss, you protect the identity you are building. Identity is the quiet force here. When you skip once and come back the next day, you reinforce the belief I'm someone who gets back on track. That belief is more powerful than any streak. It turns recovery into part of the habit, not a failure of it. The rule also removes guilt driven behavior. Guilt is a terrible fuel. It makes you avoid the habit because it reminds you of the slip. After a bad day, your only job is to show up, not to compensate. Short workout, only one page, 2 minutes. The goal is continuity, not redemption. Overcorrecting usually leads to burnout and another miss. Another mistake people make is trying to reset after a bad day. New plan, new tracker, new motivation speech. None of that is necessary. You don't need a restart, you need a return. Habits survive through maintenance, not constant intervention. The rule also builds trust with yourself. Every time you come back after slipping, you prove that your habits are stable. That trust compounds over time. It's important to understand that progress is not linear, it's rhythmic. Push, slip, recover. People who succeed at habits aren't the ones who never fall. They are the ones who don't stay long enough for quitting to feel comfortable.